my hero, you'll end down in hell. You've got your troubles and I've got mine. Let's work together to make things fine. Got to be sure of all things we do. Preserve our lives, be pure and true. The things we see and feel we're meant to be. It's the fulfillment of prophecy. I said the world needs trouble, and living ain't easy. I said the world is trouble. You got to believe it. The world is trouble, and living ain't easy. I said the world is trouble. You got to believe it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know right now. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow, wow, yeah. And after all these things shall come to pass, the end shall not be nil. And after all these things shall come to pass, the end shall not be near. There shall be hijacking, kidnapping all over the earth. Ooh yeah. There shall be hijacking, kidnapping all over the earth. Oh yeah. A bombing and wars all over the earth. Ooh yeah. Got to get together. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the world
Yes, greetings. We're there with your reflection. This is Thursday reflection. So I'll go back and look at, let you all see some things that actually transpired here in England. And then think about African self-love and what it means. What does it actually mean? I mean, there's some people my age group that that participated in the lectures, the presentation symposium by Dr. Naim Akbar. And we've had him here several times and kept that torch burning and that visualization of black self-love. He wasn't rejected because he's a Muslim. He was well received because he came here on our behalf as an African. So we've gone through many cycles and many years, but it seems that there's more assimilation than black African Caribbean, black British African self-love. See? It's a lifestyle. And the word style, I don't really want to use. It's an energy that takes place within the conscience, the soul of every one of us as black African people. It also helps us to recognize the roles that we play, male and female, husband and wife, mother and father, to be responsible and also to be reliable. You know, to be responsible and to be reliable. And to have some form of consistency in the growth and the development of us as a people. Now that's where we're short, because it seems because some of us can have a house and some of us have a good job and so forth, and not even a house. We have buy vehicle, and then when the fashion was up there, everybody got on some gold necklace and gold rings and, you know, all kind of fandangles. And yet still mentally, we weren't surviving. But who's saying that? And now we want to survive, like we never wanted to survive before. And that's because instead of us minding our own business, we mind the state business. And we con ourselves to think that that's not what we're doing. Then we need to think. How much time you spend thinking about Africa, the Caribbean, your family, the growth, development, and improvement? None. Not none. It's only when a crisis, some situation arise, that we start talk this and talk that. It's a fashion statement. It's a trend. And we have social workers, we have sociologists and psychologists, them out there among us. We have every profession there is. But yet still we don't communicate with ourselves. We communicate with one another when we see one another in a barber shop, or we bumping one another on a road or a dance. That's not it. So then begs the question, what actually happens in the church? If the church did I put them foot down on something, it's not going to stay between four walls. It must come outside. So it appears not to have an influence on the communities or the areas And that's why I contest the fact that the community's finished with their parents. Something happened. The gentrification and all those things happen. And when people are constantly on the move, you lose connection with different folks. And no one ever dared grab up a microphone, go on a microphone in a dance and say, yo, hear what happened. No one ever dared do that. The only time something like that happens is when the promoter understand that the police outside and him send one in bridge with if him don't go in and say, yo, we want people to behave themselves and because we don't want no trouble, man, Babylon there. But to talk about us, nah. But then we're good at speaking about other people, what other nationalities are doing. And at the same time, we have to go to them same people, them stores, for what we want. And the produce that we want come from our islands and the continent. So you see, from a perspective of a person being taught history and a touch of geography, that's embarrassing. You know? But we know so much and yet still know very little. And at the same time, we do a whole heap of things and we do very little of anything. Because we're good at promoting dance, playing amusement, but we're not good at herding our people, ourselves together. And the pastors, they're good at selling religion. Is it? Preaching. And every one of us have that talent, have that skill, how to preach. Not the gospel, but to preach. We can talk. We can project everything. We can even convince people that these people on the moon are on Mars just by watching something from NASA. Yeah. And the barbershop will get packed. Or the person, little 6 square foot restaurant get jammed. And that satisfies everyone. And yet still Miss Brown and Miss Peters and McIntosh son them, one is dead, the other one is in hospital, and the other one is in the police custody. And it goes on. Is this a broken record? Things and Times, we deal with you. Watch this. Digest this. This was Nathaniel Gate. Digest this. Call your friend.
Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer shop, while police reinforcements are called up to check the riot, one of many that have broken out here in a few days. The injured victim, a Jamaican, is taken to safety. But the police have not been able to reach all the trouble spots so promptly, and the quietest street may flare up at any moment. Most disturbing feature of the riots is the suspicion that not all the troublemakers are locals. Some of the gangs who break windows or throw bottles or burning torches have arrived by car. Opinions differ about Britain's racial problems, but the mentality which tries to solve them with coshes and broken railings has no place in the British way of life. This violence is evil, and the law and public opinion must stamp it out. Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer shop, while police reinforcements are called up to check the riot, one of many that have broken out here in a few days. The injured victim, a Jamaican, is taken to safety. But the police have not been able to reach all the trouble spots so promptly, and the quietest street may flare up at any moment. Most disturbing feature of the riots is the suspicion that not all the troublemakers are locals. Some of the gangs who break windows or throw bottles or burning torches have arrived by car. Opinions differ about Britain's racial problems, but the mentality which tries to solve them with coshes and broken railings has no place in the British way of life. This violence is evil, and the law and public opinion must stamp it out. Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer shop, while police reinforcements are called up to check the riot, one of many that have broken out here in a few days. The injured victim, a Jamaican, is taken to safety. But the police have not been able to reach all the trouble spots so promptly, and the quietest street may flare up at any moment. Most disturbing feature of the riots is the suspicion that not all the troublemakers are locals. Some of the gangs who break windows or throw bottles or burning torches have arrived by car. Opinions differ about Britain's racial problems, but the mentality which tries to solve them with coshes and broken railings has no place in the British way of life. This violence is evil, and the law and public opinion must stamp it out. Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer shop, while police reinforcements are called up to check the riot.
One would have felt who was listening to that news. This is what we come up with in the 60s, that we were the ones that caused the problem, and that Britain, or the British people knew nothing about violence. And them said this is ugly and new to British society. Now you see the theory, the Darwin theory, that we weren't fully humans. We were animal-like. So that perspective and that narrative and those statements continue to echo whilst we are among these people. It's a perception them have. It is the British National Party or the National Front and all those different people that call themselves skinheads and so forth. And who wasn't part of them just, the rest of them just never liked black people. Some of them never even seen black people before in them life. But them country bring we here. Bring our parents here, not us, our parents, to help them rebuild. Now this is the aftermath, of the rebuilding. Because you see, the rebuilding is after the war them had among themselves, the second one. 1947, 48 it finished. So you think, all in the 50s and the 60s, our people here, are clean up all and some of them even get blown up by bombs that never discharge and everything. This country, England, the people them never want to clean for them own street. Them don't want to take care and clean for them own railway station. And we again, you know. And their hospitals. Besides doctors and nurses, we were auxiliaries. A people them who was nasty, we came and helped them and developed. But when you listen to that news clip, and there's several more like that, people would have think that we bring the violence, and we create the ugly image in England, and we take bottle and bricks and everything and smash up window. No. Some of them said places is where a European Ashkenazi, Greek, Turkish, and Italian went with a room. Yes. And these are the people them that didn't have top class profession, you know, but yet still they were bought here. Or the job that them come to do, them say that work done. And them never take we back. Because we didn't pay come here, you know. Them bring our parents here on immigration for help, restore, rebuild the infrastructure of the place. So now have to get these things correct. So the people them have a responsibility towards us, for us. So when, let's say, the contract done, them supposed to do what? Take we back. And that's where the problem with this thing, this talk with Enoch Powell come up, because his party bring us up. But when them say that the engineering thing finish, or the railway thing finish, whatever, and sometimes not finish, we just walk about and we see adult education and so forth. And people find out about it and they get all the information, documentation, and filter that out to others. Then in bulks, people are applying for tailoring, applying for seamstress, applying for photography, electronics, engineering, plumbing, plastering, you name it that they had, we applied. So now Enoch Powell and the Conservatives saw that we're doing things that them never set for we for do. And the expectation or thoughts about our integrity bemuse them. So them, the Conservative them get vexed. And then put this frightened tactics about war and blood and everything, which we all must have heard him talk on their behalf. But they were right to want it to send us back. It's Labour that turn around and say no. That's how we get entrapped here now. Labour said no. Then the Conservative put the frighteners on the nation. That there be blood running and da. And then you have some black people, Caribbean people, that turn around and attack them, making out that we have a right to stay here. We have a right to be part of the fragment of this country, society and everything. And at them people, we need to blame. At them, you know. Because now nobody have no more free will. And who wasn't sure, listen to them people and feel say that they were doing us right because they stood up in front, well-educated white people, British people, and hold their own. But they weren't standing up in front of British white people. They were saying what they were saying on a corner street and a news cast sometimes came. That was it. But because the newspaper put up that such and such person said X, Y, and Y, all the reason why them felt that, especially my mother too, felt that, yeah, he made some good points. The good points was, put me back on the airplane, the BWIA or the BOAC, and take me back. Give away money, and let me pack with suitcase, and let me forward back out. Now, they didn't forward us back to Africa. Them say you're free, and they don't get nothing to develop yourself. So we are strong people, but also ignorant. Yeah, you don't like that part there, is it? Yeah, you see these things that me I play right now? Was one of the first ones I play them thing there on internet stable. You know? See? And when I say internet, I mean this YouTube something. And Jammies don't even give me a penny. Give Principal a penny, you know. Because people are telling me, yo, that the man a lick up Loki D and everything. Because Loki D we was working with. You understand? Yeah. So, I just had a feeling to say, well, yeah, what? Since me I go reflect, let me just go right back into it.
They have been keeping black people down. They are trying.
I feel we sit or tell them feel low.
Here we go! Too long. They have been keeping black people down. They are trying to bring back slavery. Those days are far gone, can never return. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they have done. Who are holding my people hostage, woe unto those who are trying to keep us down, woe unto those that will lick them with a lightning, woe unto those. Earthquake, let it shake, the higher men, they don't want to give us benefit no more. Cause they choose and refuse and abuse, surrounded by Marshall and their bandits. Whoa, with their computers running the world, building nuclear bomb. No, you want to disarm. I said, woe unto those who hold my people hostage, woe unto those who are trying to hold us down, woe unto those that will lick them with a lightning, woe unto those. Earthquake, let it shake, the injecting my disguise, who try to run the world. A lot of them fun it long for running the world. You see, it's a disgrace on the human race. People been trapped and burned in concentration camp. Whoa, boy. Lordy, 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 whoa, boy. Whoa.
I feel we sit and tell them below it.
Here we go! Tell you this, hear me out now. Whoa, yeah. Hear me out. Whoa, hear me out. Yeah. Look now, people, hear me out. Yeah. Oh God, yes. Who made the birds and the bees, sky and the sea? You and me will. Who made the moon and the stars, all creatures great and small? Jah made them all. Yes. Till one take pride in destroying each other, living like savage every day. Ignorance in the spirit is holding us down. But what goes up, I know it must come down. Cause tribal war won't stop the problem. Only love.
See, so you can understand that now. You listen to our lyrics like that here from Rasta Bushman, tribal war. Or you get these little islands here, and where I get gun. We want reparation, we want repatriation. We sight up Africa. But yet still, gun come on the scene. And then a word badman and gunman come on the scene. And there's a handful of people that call themselves, that they are called by the Governor General of England as the Prime Minister, the government. And when I travel, people have to get the thing right, proper right, you know. It's the middle class people, them, that was associated with that handful of people that call government, and them a close friend, and shake hand and bow down to the one them call Governor General. And them people that travel. Poor people that think about the travel. Poor people that think about food and shelter. But yet still gone. Reach the island. And before we can blink, the people who possess the gun become bad man and bad woman and rare. So we have a whole heap of segregation among we. And then them come with a thing called, them express the politics. And we know 1 and 1 make 2 and so forth. But we don't know that blue and white cause a problem, and red and green, and we don't know colors them cause problem. So everything start going in a demographics. And we poor people them, destitute people them, living in poverty and squalor and everything. We don't know. But the people them call bad man and bad woman who got gun and everything, them know. And if you don't side with them, you get dead. And then them pack you up in a place called a housing scheme and garrisons and all kind of thing. I know a garrison is supposed to be a place where soldier man them go and learn them drill and everything. But now you have people them in garrisons. And they like a cabbage patch, keep growing and get wild. Yeah. Bad sewers and everything. Everything. And then when you come from this place and that place now, you're labeled bad and your children them don't get treated good going to school, you know. People are frightened for them. And they're young little children. Them scorn the families, them. And the children get the blunt of it going to that school. Not by middle class, you know, by people just like us. But them don't peep. You understand? Them are teach. And then their security and everything. You understand? And God help you if you have to take a bus. Oh gosh, man. Problems again. Yeah. Because sometimes you have the money and sometimes you don't have the money. More time you don't have the money. Yeah. So social science now come to one of the man them from America. And it seems to be agreed by England and America that this should be accepted. Yeah? And then run with it, social science, and develop some places and brought in some industries and everything. Now, social science is a classic, but it's a means to start something, bring about something. It has so many tentacles. If you can just feel, get so much people them in the different departments, all those tentacles, you know what I mean? Like a tree, you see? Oh gosh, man, with all the roots, them and the branch and everything, you see? So the trunk is the leadership. Yeah, the trunk. And for the first 3 years, going into 7, because of the help from England and, the backers of the man, and the fact that they wanted a new image, not of the person, a new political image. Social science brought about industries and but unfortunately it was the best of us from academia at home and abroad that was the tentacles. Nothing wrong with that. The only thing was that they weren't people who they weren't allowed to ask questions. They were just doers. And then they weren't connected with the island as a whole. They were showing that them can live in a middle class bracket. And naturally they were like that. So they never really rubbed shoulder and everything with the population at large. Then we'll go and market because they want to get some things that not delivered to them home. Yeah. You understand? They want to get some chocho and so, and then just come and market. You see? They want to get some wild yam. They come and market. And that's it. Now, if it's a man, well, him come about evening and night time. Can want to look something different. So, things, the development, man, roadways and everything start happening. But the districts, them, was middle class district. But nobody never see it that way. You just see it that, you know what I mean, the place I get developed. But it stays in one corner. Why is the garrisons them I get bigger and cooler, and different people start being applied within them places there. So they remove what they deem to be the hardcore or troublesome people and put them in these districts and these housing schemes called garrisons and so on. Meanwhile, now, it's sufferation, you know, because everybody's on top of everybody. So it just takes somebody like me now or you and say, yo, let me just help you, no, man. Because you can see, but you don't have the ratings to go up and see the Governor General and apply for a position in government and become one of the party runners and so forth and just go there and say, yo, huh? So you become like a Robin Hood. And before you know it, the leader of the party, of the one that want to be government, you know, sight you up. Yeah, sight you up and indoctrinate you in a flame web. You know, say the spider's web is the most flimsy one, but boy God, when it catch you, you know. See? Okay. So, me now become a bad man now. And all I was trying to do is be a Robin Hood. You know what I mean? Thief from the rich and bring to the poor. I grab up everything we can get and just bring it right here, come. See it? So, him sight me up with some firearms and tell me, say, a protection. And then allow me for know so that this is my constituency. Yeah. And then to make things even cheddar. And allow me for use one place and turn it into a club. So we have some rum down there and some dominoes and yeah. And still we are talking about him, we are talking about the opposition. So next thing you know, say we have recruit. And I'm getting well fueled. Right? So among me, I have people that me call my trustworthies. So now you see, I have my tribe now, you know. But this is not an African tribe. This is a vigilante tribe. And they're not even tribe. But it just become, we have to call it something. And not gang. You know? And our lives become like dollar and cent. Enough people not knowing anything. Ghana boneyard. Yes. And there's sometimes you walk certain places and you're supposed to walk that side of the road and everything. And everybody live in poverty, you know. Not everybody, but, you know, the people in these districts. And that poverty is still there today. Could you imagine? We're talking about 50-something and you bring it all the way now to 2023 to right. It's the same thing, you know. The rat family, them large. Yeah, man, rat and mouse and mongoose. Yeah, them good. And mosquito, oh gosh, man, the mosquito. The mosquito know how to resist all form of repellent. Yeah. Because if dirty water in the boat, you know, him can't breathe. Oh, yeah. And them have international visa. But it's national visa, because him just go around the Caribbean and him safe. Yeah, mosquito. So social science, but many committees, just like the Peace and Reconciliation Committee that assessed and evaluated the progression of its councillors. See? Oh gosh, man. Because many councillors them start getting missing, you know, and get frightened. Them supposed to go up someplace there and do something and see the people, them check the constituency and what they want and get things done. But by the time him turn around or she turn around and everything, fright lick them. And those who behave like say, them not frightened, them get dealt with. Only because they were instructed to do so by somebody's, or they never liked the person. Yeah. Because you must come good. And the good you must come is that you must side with the people of that constituency regardless. And more importantly, the people them who are living in the shanty town and the people who live in the garrisons and all them something there. See? Yeah. And worst of all, if you take 2 cents from them, you're in problem. Big problem. Because them will stitch you up left, right, and center. So the whole spiraling of wickedness took place. And that's not of me doing that. That is me being seduced to do that. Because remember, I still haven't flied out of the island. But yet still guns that no manufacture on the island. And there's no gun store in the island. There's no ammunition store in the island. But yet still gun reach the island with ammunition. And the people them who have fired the gun to Rati, them have fired the gun them like them have so much ammunition. Yeah. So you have to ask yourself, are they stealing the gun them from the soldier, security? And nobody never talk about soldier, Them talk about police. And then, now we mention police, it reach up all this mid-70s. That you had some people, police have gun. Regular have gun, Not like no, them have gun. Them have all type of gun to them. It's not just a gun squad. Everybody have gun. But a particular set of people had gun then. I could go and grab a gun, but there were some of them that behave like them are genuine. Them just have gun. No matter where them go, them have gun. And if you don't see them with the gun, don't think they have no gun. Because when they go back to them characterati, them are genuine for real. Then become Clint Eastwood and everybody. Yeah, terrible. And everybody look the same. We all African black people. We all live on the same island. We all have the same history. We all come out of bondage. We all have everything, geographically, culturally, everything, socially, everything. But yet still we behave in this manner. Because we follow what the master say to be done. So, when we chat about infrastructure, and there's people there would just sit down and say, no, that not happen. Negative. And the reason they must say that not happen is because they rely and depend on what these people can offer. There's nothing wrong with what they're offering. It's what we do with what they're offering and what are we doing and what have we been doing or have done for ourselves, which is nothing. On an individual basis, a lot of us have survived. We're great survivors. But collectively doing structuralizing ourselves, we're not. Why? Because we pay homage to people who not like we. And we're not looking carefully. We don't have no vendetta with the people in that. That's not what I preach. The vendetta that we have is with ourselves because we're mentally ignorant. Again, mentally ignorant. Social commentary, 1 and 2 persons and everything. And don't come up with a solution and there's no person implementing anything so someone can see that and say, yo, I'm buying into that, For the last 5 months, I hear you keep going on and on and on about such and such. But Rockstorm, now me see I deal with it, star. That. You see, consistency is a key. But then we have a whole heap of people out there, them like so much of the British social structure. So them fuse the two things together and yet still can't make one. Because it's just a reasoning. It's just a labba situation. You know what I mean? When people are talking about something, they keep talking about something and talk about something. For some people, that's inspiring. But there's so much negativity in that same space of social inspiration. Because it's inspiring. But it's not putting flesh on bone. It's not running water upon rock. It's not creating a stream. It's creating pollution for the rotted mosquito to come and breed. And then turn around and yam you, sting you, and leave you with all forms of ailments beside the malaria, which is for impersonal. Because when you go past impersonal, you think say escape to rotted, something else happens because remember, his injection, his pestilence is inside of us. Now, since our body immune system then repel that one day, the aftermath of that rotted is something else. And then we fall short, sick, bad. And them can't find something to deal with it. You think mosquito go come and say, yo, me know how to help you. No, it don't work so. And then when the people them finish, now them start discuss sports. And them know everything about everything in terms of management. And they don't went to one of the rotted management meeting. Them stand from far, far, far and know what the backside of people them a chat about, who them a go buy, what kind of money left, and rare. And just to have that same resourceful mind for us as a people and journey around and make it known that you have them type of talent and skills and visions and dream like king. It don't happen. But the football and the footballers and everything, you never get invited to no meeting, not with coach, not with management, and not with players. And you don't have one rotted player friend. So you're getting some kind of valuable, truthful, uprightful information. See? Me, I get bloodbath information from basketball because that's what I do. But I'm not building a team. I just develop players. I get some tactics from professional coaches, and I don't have to call them anymore for years. Since this internet thing work, people are send me things. Them call me, them email me. They not forget me, and I don't forget some of them. I'm not saying I forget, but you know, it's not everybody you're in contact with on a regular basis, but I get things. Like last night, I go for my Microsoft email account. And it's pure basketball, what do you call it, training aids and everything. And I thought it's good to see because the game changed. The structure has changed. But these people here, they say, no, we not work with that, you know. We still are going to run certain offenses and everything. So that made me feel gratified and, yeah, you understand? What am I doing? I'm making those skeptics out there say, yeah, run up your mouth, but you're in the same boat. I'm not in the same backside boat. You understand? I'm an upfront person. You understand? An upfront person. What me say? God can qualify. Me not need a man for come qualify it. But if I want to do that, qualify it and don't come back and tell me, say, no, me a follow Tom and Harry and no. It no work, sir. I'm very independent-minded. Yes. You understand? And I pursue something no matter what. I don't have to have a crew to pursue something. You understand? Serious thing. If me fit, I may have to pursue somebody that ill-treat me or my family. If I'm not fit, I must get fit. You understand? And do whatever it takes to revenge that blow. Serious thing. You understand? Me not go hire mafia. You're joking, man. My mother and father, we never bring no mafia to reality than bring we here. God help them bring we. Not in England, no, in this life. So, you understand? So we stay, man. Testament is testament. So if you're frightened, frighten for yourself. Don't frighten for puss. Yes, I tell you. So building is very important. You know what I mean? Very, very important. The people that come from India and Pakistan, they're not children, captives of slaves, but they were oppressed by Britain for 200 and somebody years. Them capture them, take them country, rule them, tell them where to go, when not to go. But guess what? Those people retain their identity, their religion, their cultures, their names and everything. You understand? And Britain tried to break them. Not that they didn't break some, but there are millions of them. Them take a handful of us, you know, millions, but we weren't millions in one space. We were splitting all over the place. So it's a different thing. So when the people come here, when they were brought here, and then the rest, some of them come here, then bring them things, and them not cease to contact them family, and their governments not cease to work with them. So those who are business people and so forth, them get aid and support to do that. And of all things, retain their culture to the maximum. Whether they're Hindu, Sikhs, or what have you, and Muslim. Yes. So we can't really put ourselves in that same space. The only thing we can do is look at them as people who were racially offended and abused and victimized and everything, and see how them come through. Right, left that there. How did they get economical strength? We cannot decipher, and we're not on the same. We don't have a wicket. We can't even go on the same ground about where I feel the ball. No, we're not involved in that game. But we always criticizing it like we're at that level. No, we're not. We were never at that level, and we still haven't reached. So when them have mother town and them build them temples and what have you, what have we got? We turn one house, okay, we're entertain ourselves. So we entertain ourselves. So we entertain ourselves. So we entertain ourselves. And we entertain ourselves. And then we start run for the people them. Oh gosh, man. Right? We run for them. We run for them. We run for them. Then we kick the leather ball around. We kick the ball around. Them call we names, we still kick the ball around. We run for them. We run for them. We sing for them. We sing for them. We run for them. We kick for them. And then we start lick this ball here called cricket. We used to fetch, and now we hit it around, hit it around, and everything. You see? And next thing you know what I mean, mate? You know, everything's all right. And we're going Cockney and everything. And the socialists and the psychologists, they can see that they didn't have to do a lot of work to get us. So were there. Huh? Some of us start eating the same way the white man eat, out of newspaper and piece of paper because we go chip shop. Yes, I'm telling you. Yeah, them spend 3 and 6 or 2 and 6 and buy some cod fish and a gherkin. Yeah, Caribbean people. You know what I mean? Another lot gone for the sausage and everything and so forth. And then 2 toes become like 7 and 6 and then gone a steak and kidney pie and chips. Yes, man. I saw it still. Was staying, yeah? So where did we advance? No, we integrated unknowingly. Where was our ambassadors? In their offices, wearing nice suits and tie, changing shirts every day. And then them pop up, send some news flick around, and them say, our independence. And even if 50 people them turn up in a London, then them go in Birmingham. Them set it in such a way that them have the early and then have the right date, the day before and the day of the date, the date of the actual date. You understand? And then little more, them say, no, this thing not work. So what them do? Them book the survey and invite the people from Birmingham and Manchester for come to London. You see? Okay. Now, that was when London became the capital of England. Because some of you don't know, so that Birmingham was the capital. Birmingham. Yes. See? So this is history as well as reflection. What am I getting at? We didn't do nothing. And the people that's supposed to represent we, them just dip on a plain amusement and social integration because they were instructed. So then when we start get abused, just like Tulsa, where was the ambassadors of the Caribbean? No, the ambassador of the Caribbean went and sit down with the Queen and her envoys and the government of the day, and they came up with a suggestion, and that suggestion was to go to the Caribbean and find some people which was players of instruments and everything, and bring them back up here and cool down the moment. So what happened? Claudette Jones and several other delegates from the Caribbean was brought to England, was sought after and come to England. And here comes plain amusement again. Then bring one of the top bands, calypso bands, steel bands out of Trinidad, and them do them thing. And all the ambassadors, them invite the different islands and everything, and them preview themselves a friend's house down at Houston. The place still there, belong to the Quakers and all of them people. The same blasted people them that left this country at some point and went to the place called America, that victimized and killed and pillaged and everything, the native there, and then turned around and went on the ocean and go to Africa and got us. But the best of them, the Quakers, they some of them are still here in England. You understand? So them have this place called Friend's House, and they all gathered around over there, sir. They showed her around and everything. They bought the players, the performers, them up here, and them send the flyers out. They invite everybody that them know. The ambassadors did their thing alike, and they had their preview down there, sir, so they can put it on the news across the islands them as well, and so forth. And then voila, them add the steel band and them call the thing Carnival. I've been looking for ABC news flash from back then when on one day in Trinidad and Tobago they executed 13 persons, and these were Muslims who refuse, who continue to be Muslims, serious Muslims. What I mean, what they were showing is that the order of the day, that you did this and you didn't do that and you're not allowed to do this and so forth. And these brothers and sisters refused that. See? And they were doing what we call zikr at some stage. And they also celebrated the Prophet's Earthstrong and so on, his birthday, and various other things. But they broke the rules. They broke the rules. And then they were also preparing for Ramadan. They broke the rules. And there were so many people were arrested. And there was a skirmish. There was a fight. Yeah, because months before there was a riot. So the aftermath of this riot, the police and everybody is angry, upset. So they needed an example, and they used these brothers as an example. But somehow the Queen would not desist from the execution. She did the same thing with Michael X. You understand? She had to give the final order. And she didn't turn around and say, okay, no, take the death penalty off. No. They didn't do that. Watch this now. This is the same set of people that went and got us and brought us up here and helped appease us into what you are now see as carnival. So you need to know that the carnival was instituted not by us. It was to calm down a situation with one of us who were murdered in Notting Hill Gate, yards away from the police station, which is still present at this time. And no one was found and charged with Culso's murder. But yet still, them create this carnival. And before you know it, the nationalists among us join. Because it seemed that the majority, and what was that? Once a rhythm was played on those steel bands, there was no vocalist yet, you know. Not there was no vocalist before, there was no vocalist in England yet. It was just a rhythm. Once those chords was played, all the vexation and all the standoff cease. Even your wife, your woman, turn around and say, listen, come. And your legs them stiff like Nelson. And then all of a sudden they become soft like pap, like cotton. And from one person, from Hitchin, that, and next one from Letchworth, that, next one from Manchester, that, and then bang, everybody's, and nobody is a nationalist anymore. Them just a talk. Them not acting. They're not standing up for truth, rights and justice. See? And that's what the carnival did. Like some people, them tell you that time is a healer. Them say out of sight, out of mind. The person them is taught to go away for about a year to write it. Nobody not see you or hear, nobody not talk about it. And then you turn up back. And the people them that you disrespected and you thief from and everything, embrace you and everything. Because them brain can't remember. Their emotions of somewhat depleted. Unless somebody like me or the mother or somebody turn around and say, that thief. And then you trigger off something, and then somebody go blame you for shout out such a, or to say such a thing to bring about some problem. And there's no problem. It should be dealt with. He's a thief. So them give it a carnival, and we not get no justice. So they know what to do with we from before. That's why they was able to do that. And then that shows everybody, every department in this country where we were based in these different boroughs, how to deal with the Caribbean people. Give them an inch of a piece of string. Yes. When them right, don't make them know. Just give them this. Bring one of their top songs. Let one of their top songs come and play on the road or in the town hall. And before you know it, them good. Everything's all right. And them keep do that. When the dance done and you go home, police set upon you now. See? So now that your brain is all about rescuing yourself from the police. And you don't even remember what the hell did happen in the first place. You just remember the dance, how the dance was going, and then when you leave the dance, how you start getting offended and abused, and you have to run from police. Huh? So everybody understand how to deal with black people, Caribbean people. Summertime come, then bring the cricketers up. And them say, yo, you know what happened? Let me let more people them come now. All the leaders from Birmingham and Manchester and these places, let the civilians come. And that's how the carnival got bigger. It branched out. And it was just to suffocate our intelligence, our feelings, and our reactions to the fact that we were abused and one of us was killed. Now, what does that make us? So now look across the other side and see the Asians. The Asians all across England were victims. But you see, these black people, once we're just around the corner, we go there and help them. Their letterboxes were being firebombed and all kind of something. But we were always aiding and supporting them when it come to the fighting. So Patel and Anwar and all of these lot and Karachi and so forth, them have a lot to answer for, because they don't imply black people. Them just find out what we like and then provide it. Maybe then put a person outside to watch their produce on Saturdays so that people don't take up 2 sweet potato and a piece of yam. Or if them got a big supermarket, them have one of them just walking around. And he doesn't have no goddamn sense of purpose because him just treat us like we are thief, keep peeping behind us. But then again, him a earn his money. You see? So where are we at? We're still nowhere. So in 2000, 21st century, 223, I'm saying infrastructure, and we are saying Naim Akbar, black self-love. We want education, as in to have some institutions. We need some medical centers to examine ourselves. We need to also get on top of sickle cells. We need to get on top of diabetes and so forth. You understand? And then we will sit down and email and text and WhatsApp and Twitter and everybody else and tell people how this person, Gates, and everybody do something. And when I met the right people, but we are promote something that we assume are somebody said they're doing. And the things that we need, and the things that we need to be doing for us in relation to arthritis, diabetes, and sickle cells, and education, and refining our children, we're not on top of that. And then when someone like me get on top of that, try to bring us on top of that, yeah, tell me, say that my old fogey and things are moving. we're at a different level. And I said, all right then, come follow me a minute. Make that minute be an hour and go to one cemetery and say, yo, look at you saying that things have changed. These are all youngsters. 15, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19. So what's that motto? The children are the future. The man and the woman of the future. So why are they down there? And matter of fact, who put them down there? I don't want to know so that you say that them family buried them, but what caused them to be down there? They were killed. It was a murder that took place here. They not die from natural causes, you know. And then you want reparation, you want repatriation, and we still ain't got no school, so we're not learning nothing about Africa. We don't know no language. We don't understand them culture, modality, and nothing, and so forth. And then we wonder why there's a gap between us and them, because we not connect ourselves with them. So because they're here, do you think that automatically them supposed to come and love we up? What kind of thing this? Them here on they're here for a purpose. It's we that don't know what our purpose is. We're trying to settle in. You see? So this is the area. Bushman, I stop you and we'll talk a whole heap over you. So, looky there. Let me come back to you, man. Gone again.
But there's a man who sits that high above. He'll never let the devil take control of you. No, don't live in fear. Remember, there's a way to elude temptation. Just make a step, and he will welcome you with open arms. Just believe that the Lord will deliver you from your
sin. And then this is what happened. The others now see that thing with the carnival thing, the music, the steel band and the soca and calypso and everything take root. Now here comes now the next thing. Pure pastor them come on the scene. Instead of workmen again, you know, we have a whole heap of pastor Tarati just come on the scene. And them just tell us that we must turn the other cheek, and all these things. Because we were attending the Methodist and the Church of England. But then there were all these persons turn up with thick starch, white shirt collar, and cowboy slim tie, and a black book in them hand. And some of them had trilby hats. And them talking how God love us and yes, and everything. And no matter what happened, the Lord will give us salvation. So they're telling you, don't worry that the police will beat you up or push you down. And the skinheads and the National Front, they're abusing you and beat you up. God will allow us to be victorious. But we still get lashes, you know. And we must learn to turn the other cheek and everything. And then little more, Her Majesty is on our side, and this is her country, and rare. And it went on and on and on. And then they became top delegates when something happens. like somebody get beat so badly. Some nurses down there at Shepherd's Bush by Labrador Grove Station beat badly. Oh gosh, man. So they bring these same, now you know, so that they're delegates now, you know. And what they must say? That Jesus will give us victory. Yeah. And black people, we, to be bruised, it's lashes we have to be receiving, you know. And those sisters were made to look ugly. Huh? Yes. Them features were destroyed with the licks that they received. And no one on the road, no one, white or black, intervened. But here comes now the rebellious ones. Grassroots, you know. Grassroots decided this can't happen. It has happened, it can't happen again. Grassroots sent a group out on a regular basis to escort all females. Yes. Down there, Labrador Grove. And they never go around and make a whole heap of talk. Them just gather up some man them and show them say, the same way these people are deal with us, we have to defend us and deal with them. Grassroots. Okay. And then we come all the way up north East London and we find Michael Blackhouse, a version of Islam and the Panthers. Very rough, very strong, but well educated. That's another a different talk for another day. Because the people them who oppose him, I would like to sit down in a space and with public listen, both of us, us and them. Because them are talk about something from far and I defend the society, and we're talking about something that we grow with, we touch, and we eat, and we walk with. So I don't know which one's supposed to be the most informed. Yeah. You understand? And to have those people present is then to ask them, what you have today that you call the career that you lived and benefited from, how you get it? Pray tell the people them and speak the truth that you know. Don't give us no twist tongue. Speak the truth. Not with bust your head. Gee, I'm telling you. I saw we will deal with it. All the village man them. Everybody from Islington. May I tell you. That's over 50. Shane, I'm telling you, we won't be taking no nonsense. Liars. Listen.
Never again, no. No, never again. Never again, right now. I'll never make the same mistake again. No, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Someone once told me to use my head and not my heart. That's the one.
Yes, my line manager told me that, you know, both of them, a male and female. Mr. Best, you're using your heart. You use your heart. This work don't require the heart. Use your head. I said, so why you tell me so that I use my heart? You're too caring. I said, but isn't that what the work's supposed to be? Are you paying attention to what we are saying to you? Use your head. Leave your heart to yourself. Keep it. I said, then I can't function. I cannot function. Seriously. That's what I tell them. You understand? A matter of months when I leave that department, you know. Yes. Come here work with us. So how can I be a hardcore, ignorant jackass and knowing that where they are, I came from, but because of my family, I accomplished much more than they were able to. So I'm trying to help them to reach to that level of independence and see themselves as not scroungers, as valuable persons and able to do anything they want to do. Yes. So it took me some time and I got into a whole heap of trouble. But County Hall, Education Directorate them, my father, and most importantly my mother, stayed by their son. And legality represented me. I tell you, law represented me in England. Just me one and my little butter pan and my father and my mother. So Marcia, hold this here, baby. Hold this.
As a thing to do.
Easy, Georgie. Marcia, hold this.
Dedicated to the lady.
And you see how him say dedicated to the lady. You're going with all them something then now. How can you be calm and relaxed and comfortable, find a partner and try to develop life and everything? You go through some rock of ages and everything. You understand? So without family, those things could never, ever happen. Because you're just stressed. You think about warring and combating and you wear ugly face when there's no need because what did happen before and so forth. You go through some form of traumas and mental distortions and everything. And you think you live. You're not living. But because we had parents, family, right, and we reside right there, they were able to calm that head down and keep that heart smooth. See? So you don't become a vagabond, a villain, and everything. Yes. And you visit people in a penitentiary, you're not go there. You're not going there. And you avoid police brutality or bloodbath because you stand up for yourself. You understand? And you make them know. If you put your hand upon me now and you don't kill me, trouble coming for you. You know how much time we say that? Mind how you put your hand upon me now. You better kill with a rat because trouble will come for you. No walls are going to keep you. You see how my father just step in one of them ratties tears. I say, see him over there? You're joking. The man start piss himself. Because my father built like a mandingo. Rough. So Marcia Wallace. Why am I saying all of that? It's about representation. You understand? It took things like that to happen that my father to turn around and look for me and say, listen, you know that this thing you deal with is revolution and everything. Where's your group? I said, which group? But how much people them sympathize with what you're doing? I said, holy, it's frightening. But when 1975 come and them say that a whole heap of people them do something and nothing them get and rob people and everything, then he saw the people. Because I said, them charges, they're flimsy. Or you can rob unknown person. Who the hell said that me rob them? How did you get this thing? Like, we don't have no sense. See? Yeah. And then me rent a shop. Not to have business, to be a place to meet the people them. Because we are using the library, but then the barriers start cutting the hours that we are in the library. We use the library for meeting. And the minute them do that, I go rent a shop. And turn the shop into a meeting spot. And then turn the shop into a law center. When I hear law center around the country, and me and a brother named Terry, we bring them thing there. Them thing they not come from young socialists. Them thing they come from Terry Anson and Arville. Seriously. And we bring them thing there. Law center. Bring a law firm of lawyers to advise our community on what we were doing and which path to take. And as that continued, people them start see the value of that. And then we just say, yo, here what? Uno must come together, you know. And we rent the place and put them all in there. And then just go in there, exercise their talents as lawyers, legal people, and register and do what they do. And the place become the law center. Not the law, but it advise people and help people in every aspect, not just in criminality and police, housing, everything, employment, everything. Huge. So the evolution of minds is what upsets me, because we have those minds out there. But they've been neglected by ourselves. Now, white man not bring we. Him cause we to be reactionaries. That's what him did. Because me never dream about that. Me want to be an engineer, electronic engineer. Me want to be a studio engineer, mix up sounds. As a hobby. But electronic engineer, that me want to be. So all this community activist thing come because of the way people socially deal with us. And then we can't read nothing about ourselves. And we can't see nothing positive about ourselves. And they want to come tell me about run and box. Run and box and hit ball with a stick. And then kick ball with your foot and all that. No. Never. Stop that shit, man. Stop it. Come.
Said a man has broke her heart and gone away.
You know how much of our people gone to the boneyard? Huh? All heap of them gone to boneyard just like that. Huh? You understand? I never see the light of justice. And we're up here, their grandchildren and everything are going like everything is everything. No. We're not worth it. Come, King Kong.
It's a worldwide thing, whoa. It's a worldwide happening, whoa. In this a rumble jumble life, poor people pay the sacrifice. In this a rumble jumble life, whoa. But I eat some food and it can't taste nice. It's a rumble jumble life, poor people pay the sacrifice. In this a rumble jumble life, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's time for redemption. From a distance, some say it's too much sacrifice. From a distance, some say we must pay the price.
See, at that way I say, all heap a coward. But when it's in front of we, them chat a whole heap of things. But to act and to do. You understand? And to take the £5 or £50 out in pocket. Them can't do that. But they want to go get to football and buy the season ticket, buy the kit, buy the drawers, buy the shirt, buy the socks. Oh, gosh, man. And they don't go to no meeting Yet never get no blasted invitation. Don't know none of the players to sit down and even have a cup of tea or a bottle of water or something. But then put them sweat and everything in a that. In a that. Madness. Come. Shine it. Long time when I hear you. Make the people let me hear you, man. Come.
Now I don't have to think about it. I've never been loved. I only dream about it and wonder what it was. But now I think I know. It's clear to me. You make me understand.
See it? Shine head, man. Make them understand. Yo, Christian Palmer, cuss them. Come.
Tired of living in tribal war.
See it?
Tribal war. Come on, tell me life with your fuss and fighting. I don't want it. No.
Now, just because 1 and 2 we can buy a BMW and say that we have a flat that we own to right to buy and everything, we are going stush. There is nothing wrong with all of that. Understand where your loyalties lie and understand what your culture is. And if you want not to be with the mass majority of the people them that look like you, when you meet us, say so. You understand? We don't need you to walk on the left side or the right side. Any side you can be on. But make we know say it's pointless reasoning with you because you take up too much time and space. Simple. Little John, something. Number one, you're better.
I will dance you. Hey, oh, I will dance you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the thing that you can do, I can do it better.
See, you could buy a house, me can buy a house too. You can buy a car, me can buy a car too. You can fly, me can fly too. Me love walk though. Come.
One God, one aim, one destiny. Show some love for humanity. Badang, badang, bang, bang. Balu, balu, baleng. Balu, balu, baleng. Balu, 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 baleng. Stand up and fight for you a warrior. Can't make Babylon cross your barrier. Not
See, at them thing there. So they want people to come now and bring forth some different something. And them say, a reggae music. You understand? Yeah. A new something. Yeah. So we must somehow forget where we were or who we are. Yeah. And run down after vanity because we want some Grammy Award and everything. And put a whole heap of distorted things in our children, their minds and our faces. You understand? Have no respect for yourself as a woman, and the man them don't have no respect for you anyway. You understand? And so on. So what have they painted of us? So that's why when someone like me now and all these other stations out there are sittings about our development, it's not going anywhere because that opposition, that thing that opposes us, they're stronger than us at this time. But we just have to be consistent. Simple. You understand? But at the same time, we need to produce some things. We need some things. We need a national school. We need a school at Birmingham and Manchester. Yes, we need a school up there, Bradford. And we need school at London. And we don't want a sports center. We need a school. See? And we need some clinic, some health clinics. And then we need our doctors them going around the place them and talk and project the things that we need to be eating and helping our elders and ourselves with sickle cells and diabetes and so forth and so forth. Because we are dropped like fly. Yeah? A whole heap of us been hit with diabetes and sickle cells. But we're going like it's normal. So here what now, Mr. Sir Alton Ellis. Even your son don't know this tune here now. Come listen this. Sir Lord Power selection.
You're so understanding. You're so understanding. Cause when the rain starts to fall, everything gets green and tall. Like the mercy is from above. Wide world.
Great use song called Sir Lord Power. Come on, one more.
Not the girl, I know me in my house. Not the jail, won't be no witness. Down in a Babylon with them wickedness. Rastaman, I know Mickey Mouse, running wild just like a cat and rat. Not the jail, I go as a iron. No have no time to waste powder from blackboard.
See it? Oh gosh, man, we go far. Sir Lord Power again. Come. Yo, Marcia, you see when I smile now, I look for my little girlfriend. So we hook up. Watch it. Ciao, come here.
So long, farewell. I wish you everything but good. So long, farewell. I wish you everything but good. Now you're on your way, and soon you will be free. You leave me, baby, all in misery. So long, farewell.
And a big tune, you know. Neverland Charter, Sir Biggs, Joe Creed. Big tunes, them, man. All this now.
Who feels it knows it now.
Oh, gosh, man. They hurt the people, them feelings, star. Remove yourself. Come.
Who feels it knows it now. Better make them want. Left them girl, they make them want. Money man away them want. Me say left them, make them want. The more them get, the more them want. Them up your worries. Oh yes, you have been warned. Them up your worries. You have been warned. Them look real nice, so nice. But you better think twice beneath that lovely smile. There's a soul of ice. If you want their love, you're gonna pay. Somehow, someway, and they know what to do and what to say to keep you coming back each day. Them up your worries. Oh yeah, you have been warned. Them up your worries. Oh yeah, you have been warned. Nobody bright up yourself if you're soft. You only have to make them laugh. You have to can't buy them no pretty shoes and pay for fancy hairdos. Me say left them, girl, they make them want. Money man away they want. Left them, make them want. The more them get, the more them want.
Worries, man, come. Yo, no, I can't play that one because my mother's not here. So if I play that one, then I start cry. All this now. Guidance, we are going to, you know, come. Yes, you see the parallel between our African American brothers and us is very identical, you know. But the most hurtful thing is this: ours was us. Theirs are Europeans. That hurts, man. The brutality and the infliction of our kind of badness is by ourselves. Calling it politicians. And at one stage it was like police and thief. But it's escalated and it's moved. But it's not changed. But in this place called America, we are victim of political and social system. It's a crazy place to think about living. It's crazy. And we've lost relatives there. Victims. And Alabama hasn't been transformed. It's just that we put on this face, this smiling images. But we have institutions. Yes, we have black ownership. Should be more. I can say that, but I don't walk in their shoes. My feet don't fit. So England, our accomplishments.
Spread out this your sound is far and near, and number one is in the air. People dancing everywhere, 'cause the music man is here. Reggae, boogie, disco, rock is gonna cause a shock.
And some of you are probably saying, but what I meant, that's very contradictory. You see, the music represent the protesting and the social commentary. That's what it represents. And it represents all of us, including those ones that want to call themselves first class. Because their families don't want the children to hear them something, you know. And some of the families, it grabbed them, because them have ears like everybody else. But what them do is make sure it not play in them house or their surroundings. So you get 1 and 2 of them broke away. Their children especially. You know what I mean? And before them become the true revolutionists to help reform the country, them send them to Canada or America or the same England. You see? So now them trod with people that is like them. Yeah. That's what happened. That's what has been happening. Hold this thought. Bunny.
Never knew that the time would come when every man's got to find where he does come from. Never knew that the time would come when every pig must find its big tree. Jump, little pigs, into your trees and say you are free. Say you are free. Say you are free. I've been rebuked and I've been scorned, rejected of men. Now I'm born to live in you. So won't you two, my loved ones, bring your wine with me. Let's live in love, in peace and harmony, and say we are free. Say we are free. Say we are free. In my big tree, there I wanna be, so safe and free. In my big tree, there I long to be, from all misery. In my big tree, there I wanna be, so safe and free. In my big tree, there I long to be, from all misery. Yeah.
Yo, has anybody ever watched birds? Birds them organize themselves. And when the birds them want, a bird want to create a family, bird them go and look twigs and everything, and a safe them do a locality observation somewhere safe and start build a nest. Now different birds them have different architectural designs, you know. Yeah, just like the spider. And them work to bring about this nest. What's the point here? Back to the heart, not the head. Likewise, God wants us to strive for excellence, because God has provided everything that we want. So it's for us to know this earth and strive for excellence in life, but also to understand this terrain that we're within. In that there's a relationship and understand a neutral balance understanding, just like the bird want bring about a family, and then them just work to build this nest. So a man now and a woman should do likewise. Now there's another stage. As we are growing, you have to have facilities for our young ones. Natural. The birds teach their young how to survive just from inside that nest, even though they provide what that those youngs require. They tutor them. Then they bring them out of the nest and put them on top of the nest and a branch near the nest, so they know something about this thing called balance, coordination. They don't have wings or a great deal of feathers on them yet, you know. Birds. Oh gosh, man. By the time the feathers them start to bind and grow and so forth, the same way they can recall learning about balance, it's the same way that they will respond now with their wings, with their feathers on them, knowing that these wings offer them something. And we're not talking about flying yet, you know, because they see their parents will grab them by their beak and fly them to another branch and then bring them back and put them down. This whole cycle is education. It's learning. Tutus, she just fly, take one, do the same thing and let it go, but stay close. Huh? And if she see that they're handling their wings okay, happy. If not, zoom down, grab it and bring it right back. You're not ready yet. Is in? Okay. So my point is this. Nature does that. The birds do that. Every creature does that. Why are we reluctant? Yeah, we know we were slaves. We're children of the slaves and this and that. But we're still human and we still have needs and we still have we have vision and we are creative. It's proven and tested. So we don't really have excuse. It's just the fact that we not come together. We're waiting for our opposition to tell us that. Because we're telling ourselves, but we're not respond to ourselves. But when the opposition tell we, fart, bow, shout, scream, jump, run, kick, we do it. So looking at self and develop ourselves for good purposes naturally is capable. We can do that. We don't need to do that because we're suffering so much trauma or something atrociously happened that warrants us to say, yo, enough is enough. We've been saying that forever. You don't think so that our foreparents them wanted to go home, wanted to escape? You know how much of them think so that them could have run across over this or escape? Huh? But them just couldn't get in the sea. And those who are close to a sea couldn't get a ship, a boat. So them just run around the island, run around the Americas and so forth. Where's the escape? But the history of us with our oppressor is that he knows how to seduce us. And he knows how to divide us. And he knows how to stem our flames. He knows those things. So what do we know about us? And the only way to know about us is to be with us, with ourselves. See? So if we can come together and listen to music and to dance and listen to and adore performances and so forth, that's for reasons of joy and refining ourselves for some short space of time. There was a lot of people that got together and said, listen, we need the world and everybody to see that we are very serious about the apartheid system that's infringed on African people in South Africa. And a body of people got together here with some people them that was producers and publishers and everybody, and make it known, that this is what they want. They're going to attempt to do in 1988. And a person that be trying to remember is a rapper. And it was a good one. Derek B. He died of a heart attack. His family come from Trinidad and everything. Barney, I think in Barney, England. Right here. Yeah. He's one of the first early born in 1965 here in England. But he was one of the performers, but he's one of the activists out there, a young man, making our generation and his understand how them felt about racism and the apartheid system and the brutalization of the Africans in Africa, And he was commercially successful here in England with his good grooves and so forth, music and all these things. And you had Chuck D and all these people at the peak, and Rakim and all of them people. So over here, so we land with Derek, but not vulgarity, and clear English. So you can go look up Derek B, and him make sure that his generation and his group of people them that did so much to bring about that demonstration, that worldwide UN initiative to make people understand that we're not happy with what has been taking place in South Africa, that they were heard, because him bandulu them, him do him show and everything. And I think it was after Stevie Wonder or something like that. Him just went and grabbed the mic and do him thing, and so forth. And everything was everything. And that's when we remember him stuff from, because him just the way the thing was set, it wasn't that they were gonna get that opportunity. The main set of people who said, no, this is what we want. So they had the initiative, you see? But then the big corporations and everything, the version guys and different production companies and so forth, because there was a lot of artists. There was a whole heap of them. Stevie Wonder was in there. Sting was in there. A whole heap of them. And what's them sisters? Is it Jane Arbitrary? A whole heap of artists. Them full up the place and they perform and everything. And Salt and Pepper, I used to really, really, really like them. And then all of a sudden, Salt and Pepper, oh gosh, man. Yeah, Derek B. So God bless your soul, man, because in pass out, he had a heart attack and everything. It's a couple of years, I'm going to try remember him name. So we are going now, gone,
There
There comes a time in life when every man got to find his own land. Cause this was written by the master, by the master. But while the heathen praying, trying to keep I and I down, that now, oh Jah, we can't get bread, can't get bread. So I've got to live very well, I'm leaving. Oh yeah, very well, I'm leaving. Forward I home, homeward I bound, no more turning back, I say. I said I've got to leave this place. Oh yeah, every sound of the drum you hear, it's an African beat. Every sound of the drum you hear, it's an African beat. I'm leaving. No more turning back, I say. I'm leaving. Homeward I bound. No more turning back. I said I've got to leave this place.
You know, see, in the college and universities, we had unions, and Steve Biko and a few other brothers, them and sisters. And the sisters, them, hey, they were well up front, you know. Sisters, them were warriors, man. You see, and organize us. No matter what subject, what course we're on, organize us. And that whole student body became very, very focused and create a lot of political attention to South Africa. And then when Steve got killed also, you understand? So I'm saying that to say, well, everything is possible. And Steve Biko was talking about the repatriation of us in the diaspora to the continent, bringing our skills, our bodies, and our knowledge and our capabilities and our true potential for the long haul, not just then. You understand? It's the trigger for the long haul. So, on reflection, you look upon the people them that leave England through the Belfort Agreement and arrangements and everything, gone into Palestine, and see what they have done in 70. Yeah, all right, them get a lot of money from England and America, but the accomplishments that they have done, despite all the fact that them kill people and everything, but you know, I mean, just look and see what they've done. Them create right? And this is what makes the whole white supremacy thing works for them. Because them take Australia, kill us off, enslave us, use us as guinea pigs for the atom bombs and everything else, and then bring in all of the resources and develop the place and then extract from the place what others outside want, and them have this exchange of resources and everything and material. And now Africans is going there and give their skills there because they're attractive to how the place has matured. Not knowing the history, you know. And when them do know the history, them say what we can do. So education and misinformation is what is our Achilles heel problem. And if we are chat about ancestors, we should also be realists. We ain't done a damn The ones before us, 2 times before us, up to now. We not represent nothing. And when they go across to New Zealand, them see the same thing. When they go across to Canada, them see the same thing. You see? Because the people, them, as much as that they're brutal, then work together. Them have their own vision and the structure and everything, and them just deal with it. And we come like we're visionless. And it's not true. But we must prefer to give our vision to people and that inspire us. Because we have some great minds out there forever. And it will not stop. But to do good for self and to be a beacon of light and give great hope to the futures, for future generations, we're not in that. I don't understand what happens there. Seriously. That needs to change. These perceptions need to change. And they can only change with us talking to ourselves. But there's a group of people who agree on some economics because they want to be rich. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they want to be rich for them individual self. There's another set of people that they want to be famous and everything. They want to be known around the place, even if it's just England, America, and so forth, as producer, this, that, and the other, and so forth. Right? So all the little common ignorant erroneous things we dip on. Yeah. And why I'm saying it's ignorant? Because we've been doing it forever. And what have we accomplished as a people? Nothing. Nothing. And then some of the people that do these things and them step out of line are the people them feel say, the people that help prop them up and I get some out it. The bigger ones, them say, yo, him getting too big for him britches. And next thing you know, I say him gone. Him get shot up or stab up. Him dead. Or she too. Or he get, and she get grabbed. Or so it stay, so it go. So we're like Al Capone. Everything that the movies being projecting, we're that. And we have enough conversation on those trivial nonsense. Yeah. We're consistent on criminality, all on vices, hustling and bustling. So let not your heart be troubled. Who says so? My mother. Yeah. Hey, sugar man, me just had you this now. Yeah, let's give thanks and we're gone.
Give thanks and praise to the Most High. We're gonna give a thanks and praise unto Jah every day. Gonna give a thanks and praise. You love Him every day, and then you thank Him for the food you eat. He even guide you when you sleep. Many times stuff got poured from me. Oh, Jah searches for His lost sheep. He is my guiding light that shines right through the night. So let's exalt His name. I know it won't be in vain. I give a thanks and praise unto Jah every day. Gonna give a thanks, you're gonna give praise. You love Him all the way. I gonna tell you in the times of trouble, when Babylon make me a struggle, with fear in human behavior. Oh, Jah is always my Savior. Give a thanks and praise. Oh, to Jah every day. Gonna give a thanks. Give thanks and praise. You give Him all your praises. Oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah. Yeah. You give a thanks and praise. Oh, to Jah every day. guide you when you sleep. Many times stop the poor from weep. Oh, Jaja searches for his lost sheep, and he is my guiding light that shines right through the night. So let's exalt his name. I Jaja know it won't be in vain. You give a thanks and praise. Oh, want to Jaja every day. Gonna give a thanks and praise. You love him all the day.
Yes, and that's real. See, they come like us, the Muslims, give thanks and praise every day. But every human being does it, in their own way, you know what I mean? But we take time out, for that purpose. So if we can just, all of us as one people, just retain what we have. So the Almighty draw us nearer and nearer, closer and closer together. I am sure positively in different boroughs, things start happening. You understand? And without any form of controversial problems, we come together as a people and discuss things that is happening, things that we need, and bring them to fruition. You understand? Since I retired from work, I've worked on committees that are deal with millions of pounds, securing land mass and refurbishing properties to turn into Islamic centers, prayer facilities for male and female, community center and school, educational center, not school, education center, supplementary education for O-level and A-level, GCSEs and A-levels, and business administration. I tell you. And we got the money from the community, not the money from some Arab oil well and from the community. And every year, a very high number, volumes of young people are graduating. And it's not full-time school, but they can come full-time. So, with the system, you have to adhere to the system. And when Saturday come, Saturday and Sunday, it come like an airport. Not Stansted, it come like Gatwick or Heathrow. International, a ram jam with families. Because families bring the children don't come by themselves, none of that nonsense. The family bring the children, the family come and collect the children and back. And we're talking about children that also are 17 and them years there. We're not joke. Them been coming there from year 6. And we're proud of that. I am extremely proud of that. And I was asked to come to my borough to present the like of that, and some people them turn around and said, no, I want you to eat Muslim thing. Indian people, and that thing hurt me up to now. You understand? Because they don't have nothing still. And years have passed. And we who were the management, we who were the pioneers, we are sitting and looking and admiring the accomplishments. And we have 4 major important exercises that take place throughout the calendar year. And one is coming soon. And those of us who are still here in England and are physically able, we all attend and look and feel good of what we were able to set out to do and see the accomplishments. And it's been handed over to some young ones. That's the greatest thing. The management, the running, everything handed over to a group of young bodies, administrators, management, and everything. Because we're only here for a time. And even though we may be living long, some of us, we're not so affluent, we're not so strong, and things like that. So we don't get around, boom, boom. So before you just drop off, you need to train the next generation and then pass it on. And that's what we've been able to do, and it's marvelous. And somewhere in Streatham, we're coming with a Muslim college. Yes, we're coming, because we find that the offer from the government accommodating. That's the least, and the ability of us removing everything that is there and bring our own architects in and builders and build from scratch with no government objections. But them I look for, see, where I get the money from. What they should be looking at is that the laborers, the technicians, the skill crafts and everything, everybody's coming from England. They're here. That's what they should look at. And that's what we tell them. Why you not look at who's going to be doing this work? They want to say that it's going to cost so much money. And we ask them, who tell you that? How you going to tell us about our business? And then you get the mayor that not like them the way we communicate the thing. Joking. Because all they want is for his name to be mentioned, and we not deal with him. You understand? No snake in the grass and all this palaver. You understand? And then it becomes a political saga. We're there to get something done. You understand? We see and taste and smell the future. You understand? And we're not sit back and say that we're not going to get there, so we're not care damn. No. We will get there. Our souls, our spirit, and our testimony to the Almighty that we've made effort. Not that we have done, we've made effort. See? This is it. Excellence. Human excellence. And this is what God wants us to understand. He created us in the greatest excellence. The image and the likeness thereof. And he breathed something of himself. God gave us something of God within us. So we know that we are valuable. You understand? And we have talent beyond talent. It's just that we don't have to go to school for that one day, no. Yeah, we just have to be in the space that's cohesive, it's all embracing, it's all loving, it's all kind. And that greater thing that God has given us, that sweet generosity, will beam out. And anything our hearts and our mind desires, we'll be able to achieve. Simple. So the testimony of the pyramids is to look at when God blessed the first nation. See? And that's the testimony. It's Stop trying to unravel something that you never know because we weren't there. See? The thing that you need to know is we went wrong. See? So everything just stopped. If we did go right, the next generations after generations after generations will be there. But we got too big for our own selves, you know. And that's us, the Nubian, the African, the Habashi. Yeah, that's us. And we don't want to accept it. We want to say it's us because we think so that, you know, we want to be pharaohs. But what about the wrongs that we've done? What caused, the blessings of God to cease? Our actions. Not what caused us to be slaves. No. It's wicked people do that. So, guidance.